Cool. Let's go ahead and drop the. We haven't had any egg bowl smack on the show this week. Jake and I did establish that Ole Miss is a national brand with Texas, Florida State, LSU, and Notre Dame in the last segment. Drew and Jackson are in the Bank Plus studio. Jake Wimberly is with me. Drive at 5 on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Follow Jake on Twitter at Jake Wim. Hey, before we drop the Steven call, the only egg bowl smack we've received all week. When did you decide or to start doing the video film study that you've done on Twitter?
Started it the third or fourth week of the season, and it was one of those weekends where my wife and our daughter went to her mom's for the weekend just to.
So you had the pad to yourself.
Yeah, we did the Saturday morning show.
Okay.
And I got home and I thought, okay, I'm going to watch football today. And then I got to thinking, what am I going to do today? And it was just one of those deals that let's just have some fun with it, and did it in game.
Smart.
Yeah, and it just kind of evolved, and people said they wanted to see more of it, and I'm an old film guy anyway.
Okay.
I'm an old meathead. I am. I'm an old meathead from back in the day. So yeah, see, we got more in common than you think. So yeah, I'm an old meathead from back in the day, and enjoy watching film and breaking film down. Now, obviously,
it's been great for me because I can go to your Twitter feed either on Saturday night or Sunday and see who's played well or hasn't played well. And you and I both agreed that it wasn't Chad Kelly with Ole Miss, and it wasn't Nick Fitzgerald with Mississippi State. And it's so easy to beat up on the quarterback position when they just do anything wrong. But
I would also like to say that it is great for me because as Bo has made it known to everyone, I don't watch the games.
Yeah, he
so
doesn't.
at least I get to go back and watch.
This is his second football season with us, and
I hadn't watched.
He doesn't watch the games.
Now, what's interesting is you don't watch the games at all, really?
I have never
Not
seen
much.
a game.
Wow.
He's being a little overboard, but he'll miss big windows of Saturday.
I'm networking.
What's interesting is I've tried to,
You wouldn't know networking if it jumped in your
I know
boxers tonight.
networking.
I've tried to
No,
expand it. I've done some Ole Miss film study and some Auburn. I've done some other stuff around that too. You get a lot of response like anything else, and doing this, you got to take things in stride. You'll get the proverbial coach that'll respond and say, "You're way over your head, boy."
Oh, yeah, because it's so hard.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I got that the other night.
Did you really?
Yeah, you're way over your head.
You had a high school coach or
I
a
don't-
JUCO coach?
It was one of those obscure Twitter accounts that you don't know who they are.
Sure.
So
That's cute.
yeah,
But
but I
you're,
mean,
you're not in over your head. I think you're doing a very good
well,
job
thank you.
with it.
I appreciate that.
Well, it was great, and you've been able. You and I both agreed early that Fitz could play.
Yep.
And again, he's limited with his personnel around him. That's being maybe kind. And then they were. I've never seen Mullen so stubborn this year to play Holloway as much as they did. It cost them. You could argue it. How about this? It cost them points.
Yes.
Now, it's hard to say what costs wins and losses or wins, but it cost them points. And first down, you generate first downs, which you get in the red zone, which gives you an opportunity to score. How about that?
Yep, no doubt. It did. I mean, I don't know what his you had a lot of people talking about give Aries Williams the ball. Now, obviously we're not at practice every day. We weren't in training camp and things of that nature, but
Sure.
I mean, everybody outside of that camp, you don't have to be a football coach to realize Brandon Holloway's just not going to get it done.
Well, he's not an SEC running back.
No. And
Period.
that doesn't mean that he's not a nice guy, but again, we've talked about this. Nice guys don't win you football games.
No, and they have too many on this roster. There's been talk of that too. But Aries Williams, I'm not even sure he's an SEC back, but he's played better, much, much better at 220-something pounds than Holloway at $157.
Yeah, he has. And I mean, there's some nice backs, some nice players. When I say nice, it's
Fred Ross is a nice
good
player.
player.
He's
Yeah.
a good player. Malik Deer's a nice player. Aries Williams is a nice player. Donald Gray's a nice player.
Is there anyone on that roster that's
Fitz,
better than
I
a
think
nice player?
Fitz
Other
has
than
a chance
outside
to
of
be
the-
a really good college football player.
I'm with you.
yeah. To me, I mean, you look at next year,
He will be.
Jacob Eason, Shea Patterson, Jalen Hurts,
Right.
Nick Fitzgerald.
No, I mean, if you look at his numbers from this year, he is
He's put up-
he's much better than a nice player this year. He just doesn't have a winning team.
Yeah.
If that team has 3 more wins, a lot of people are talking about it.
You're right.
I mean, you got to be on a winning
Yeah, he
team.
may do it a different way, but that doesn't matter. Production's production, whether
Right.
it's rushing and passing yards.
Yep.
He's going to put up big numbers just like those other guys.
I think next year you're going to see, as you look across your helmets up here, good returning quarterback at Alabama, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, good one at Georgia,
Oh, yeah.
good one at South Carolina,
Bentley.
and then you've got Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Allen comes back, by the way.
Yeah, the quarterback play in the league is going to be much better
Yeah,
next year.
Boom.
When was the last time you saw this drastic of a step up in quarterback?
It's been several years.
It has been a while.
Since you've had that many quarterbacks return
Trying
and
to
actually
now,
produce.
it wasn't as bad as last year. People just did not want to. The national media decided early, Jake Wimberly on the Bank Plus set with us. Drive at 5, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Early, they decided that the SEC didn't have quarterback play, but Dak Prescott, Chad Kelly, and Brandon Allen, I'll put those three up against just about anybody else as far as top three.
Yeah, that was a good top three.
The league was already labeled, and and Dobbs had an okay season, and so everybody. But when there wasn't a lot of depth in the ACC after three players, QBs, or the Big Ten, or the Pac-12 and Big 12.
Yeah.
I understand the Big 12's Xbox type play. What about if Hugh Freeze under the serious pressure with the NCAA investigation? You mentioned that he'll try to beat Mullen as bad as he can on Saturday.
Oh, I think that if they could score 100,
60-30.
yeah, they would do it.
Yeah. And then Dan Mullen is predicted and should lose 3 in a row, but his job is safe. We just don't know what's going to happen this spring with Freeze. Freeze could win 3 in a row and something may go the wrong way. Mullen will be coaching. We predict, we speculate that he'll have a 3-game, 3 losses in a row,
Right.
Egg Bowl streak. Coming back to Starkville, going Nick Fitzgerald versus Shea Patterson in Starkville next year. There'll be a lot of pressure on Mullen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if Freeze will be coaching that game, but let's just say he will.
Mullen?
Yeah, Mullen.
Makes you so sure?
I feel quite well. He's not getting fired,
Well, I know. he's not
so he
getting
would
fired,
have to take another job. And I don't think he's willing to take a $1.5 million haircut, but he may. I think he'll be the first coach in the history of coaching to take that big of a pay cut.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Coaches don't. Well,
It's tired,
any executives don't take pay cuts like that usually.
He loses 3 in a row. That's not only 3 in a row, that's 4 of the last 5.
Right.
After he came out and said, we'll never lose this team again. And that's a big slap in the face to him to lose 4 out of 5, 3 in a row. And, yeah, the pressure is going to be big time on him because a lot of people are going to question him about Peter Sirmon and about this defense.
Right.
Especially coming off, let's say Saturday, Ole Miss goes in, throws up 600 yards again. Because think about this. The last 3 out of 4 teams over 600 yards against this defense.
This is not out of, I mean,
this is
definitely
very
possible.
And Arkansas
possible.
didn't punt.
Arkansas didn't punt. If Ole Miss goes for 625 on offense Saturday, they beat Mississippi State to death. Yeah, the pressure is going to be on Mullen big time.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot.
You're looking
of
at probably 5 assistants gone.
probably.
And
Which side? Both sides?
I think all 4 on. No, T-Buck is not going anywhere. I'll go ahead and make that
no,
prediction.
No, I'm sorry. When I said sides, I mean teams.
3 on the defensive. Let's just go with Mississippi State first. 3 on the defensive side for MSU, and I'll predict 2 on the offensive side. For Ole Miss, it's going to be a combination of on-the-field performance, and then I don't know how many assistants survived the NCAA investigation. Womack is not in the NCAA deal. He's not called up in that. He just may be reassigned. Drew, your thoughts?
Assistants will survive. Grant Hurd
I think there's a chance he'll survive.
and the linebacker's GA assistant,
What's his name?
Robinson, I think.
Okay. Well, Dan Warner?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I
that's-
don't think unless I'm wrong, unless I missed something, I don't think he's involved in NOA.
So he's not. He's not. He doesn't even recruit. So that's 3. And am I missing one? Matt Luke may
Matt
survive.
Luke.
Of course, there's some rumors around that too. So you got Matt Luke. You have 3. Freeze is looking at letting go of probably 5 too.
Yeah, both teams
Both could do 5 apiece.
could look extremely different.
No doubt.
Say come spring practice.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a couple questions for you on
All right,
here.
cool.
On Twitter. Should State go for 2 every time they get a touchdown this Saturday?
I think they're okay on the PAT. I still know it's maybe 70% chance of conversion rate, but that is a good question.
Also, if the dominoes fall correctly and Jimbo does go to LSU, who's the first man up at Florida State? If he leaves Florida State,
let's talk about that on the other side.
All right, one more.
Let's all give one name.
All right, Lane Kiffin. Will he be a head coach somewhere next year?
Yes.
I think so.
Houston, FSU, if Gundy. Let's discuss that on the other side. The coaching carousel. Who's the number one candidate for the Florida State Seminoles if they lose Jimbo Fisher? You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show on ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by the Carnivore Pizza. It's Soul Shine Pizza in Flowood and Ridge.